Duke, you suck.
You shut your mouth.
Sure. How did the idea for Workhorse Fitness come up? Like, how did the idea to start a supplement line come up for you?
So, I was working. I'd been injured, and then I realized, yeah, pretty quick. But I realized after a while, like I had a bunch of friends keep coming down to visit me, and that was awesome. However, like it becomes so much easier to eat junk food when you have a bunch of friends around that are, from out of town. Like Grizz came down, Corey came down, Dan and Pete came down.
Right.
So you go, yes, but at different times. It wasn't like Dan and Pete came together, but then Grizz came for a week or a few days by himself, and Corey came for a week by himself. So I had like these different staggerings of friends coming to visit me.
Right.
Which was awesome. I needed that. But what I didn't need was all the pizza and the donuts that come along with that, and all the junk food that.
Fair enough.
And I'm injured at the time. And so I'm thinking like, well, I've been dieting for all these years. I may as well let loose a little bit. And I kept thinking, well, I know I'm not wearing spandex again, not anytime soon. So I'm okay. But what I didn't realize is like, I remember I heard in this rap song, this Bishop Lamont, he said, it's easier to keep up than it is to catch up. And I'd always like joke around. I've said that a few times as a joke. And I realized like after a period of time, I was like, okay, it's time to start training again and get my body back. And then I'm like training. And then like, it was hard. I was like, oh my God, I'm still like, I'm in okay shape, but I'm not in the shape I was in. And then like WrestleMania was going to be in Orlando, or not was going to be. WrestleMania was coming up. It was in Orlando. And I knew I hadn't seen a lot of the guys in close to 2 years. And I knew I was going to be there. And so I was training so hard to try to get back into shape. And like, I looked okay, but I wasn't in like my best shape. I wasn't in the shape like that.
You weren't quite in game shape.
Yeah, not the shape that like the talent would remember me in. I was like, oh my God. And then I just remember like it was.
Yeah, but let's not bullshit each other. You were never in like, oh, TJ let himself go shape either.
I felt like I was, but that was like I'm still wearing my neck brace, but maybe not. Right. But that's just in my mind. Mind. But so anyway, I realized how hard it is to actually like it was one thing when I like got my body into a certain groove and I'm wrestling 5 days a week. And if you have a cheat meal here or there, but you're wrestling 5 days a week on top of working out 6 or 7 days a week, it's okay, your body. But when like my workouts were, especially right after surgery and after the injury, my workouts were pretty tame, really, really like the training wheels were on. And I'm obviously not wrestling. So like, you don't realize like that calorie intake versus outtake, or I don't know. Anyway, it just was a battle.
You're just not thinking about it.
Yeah. And then, so anyway, I was like, I made it a big goal to get I was like, you know what? I'm going to make a goal to get in the best shape possible, even better shape than when I was a wrestler, to prove that like, just because I don't wrestle anymore, I'm not just dogging it. I'm going to get in even better shape. And one of my friends, Alex, he started kind of one point I was doing a bunch of signings and stuff, and he was kind of keeping track for me, and he would be the one kind of like controlling the email. That way like I didn't have to answer a lot of people. Okay. He was kind of the middleman. Right. And anyway, he a supplement company had like reached out or something to want me to post stuff about them, and they would send me a bunch of stuff. And Alex was like, so Alex looked into it and was like, hey, this is cool. He's like, but even another cool idea might be, have you ever thought about starting your own? And he knew a kid that had started his own locally and like used this company in Georgia. So we started looking into it, and the company in Georgia, the distribution company, they're the ones who have all the ingredients. They have all these different tiers, A, B, C of ingredients. And so they're like, oh, here's the BCA ingredients, A, B, C. Here's the pre-workout, A, B, C. Here's the protein. And I was like, okay, well, this might be a dumb question. Why are there tiers? Why is it not just A and that's it? And they're like, well, because it's cheaper, obviously.
Mhm.
The more ingredients, the better quality ingredients, the more
Yeah, people
expensive.
don't want to admit it, but there's a reason that bucket of protein at Costco is $20.
Yeah, so the profit margin increases with the lesser ingredients. But I was like, okay, so you're telling me there's a chance the pre-workouts and stuff I have been taking haven't, they might be B or C, a little bit of A, a little bit of C, then I don't know. And then they're like, yeah, positive, like, because you can mix match whatever you want. Like these guys will do everything
Okay.
for it. They do, like, you can add whatever you want.
You could be like, yeah, give me 40% A, 60% C kind of thing.
Yeah, and you can specifically pick out every ingredient you want. Like they're you can do everything with these guys. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try this out my own, and I'm gonna only use A stuff, and then like what kind of feedback I get, we can add and subtract things. But like initially we had this glycerol that was I think that's what it was called, but it's for a pump. But it was like, it really helps with the pump, but it was too much. It was 2,500 milligrams, which is normal in a lot of things. But I think a lot of places have the same problem. It clumps up, the pre-workout clump. If it gets any kind of moisture, even a little drop, it like sucks it all in and clumps up and becomes like, I started just almost eating it like I break it off like a piece of candy and eat it to work out. But
I was just scooping it out like ice cream.
But I can't sell that to people like that. But so it's just a lot of it was like trial and error. So obviously take that glycerol out, put more pink Himalayan sea salt in, which is good for a pump. And they gave me some other kind of, these guys are real smart guys. They'll tell us like, okay, like this is because they do this for a lot of companies.
They're chemists for a reason, right? It's not like they're at home. It's not like you and me mixing it up in our bathtub.
Exactly. And so they're like, well, right now, this company, this is their best selling thing. This is what they're doing.
Okay.
This is their ingredients. This is the ones they're using. So they tell me they're real cool. They're like real open about everything. But you could just, it's real cool. Cause like if I want to sample, if I'm like, well, does this work if you take this out and put this in with this flavor? Oh. And they're like, well, we'll send you a sample. You tell us if it works.
Oh, wow, that's fun.
Yeah, they're awesome. And so they've sent us so many samples over the last like 3 years, like so much. I have so many samples around my house of random things. Random like pumpkin spice protein powder and random thing like for a holiday one. They talk about it like doing well. So it's just, and even like the maple donut protein flavor, which has been our best selling one.
Is that right?
We kind of explained to them like, okay, maple donut's kind of this like kind of a Canadian thing.
I was just gonna say it's a Canadian thing.
Yeah, and so like that one, they didn't just. A lot of times they just have the flavor already ready, but that one they had to actually custom make.
Oh, okay. So
the maple donut.
That's an exclusive Workhorse.
Yeah, fitness. So that's been awesome to see the success of it because it was exclusive and a lot of people love it.
That's right on. Right on. Good to hear, man.
Duke, you suck.